This video is actually just more purling and knitting. Just wanted to build up a few rows and show you that this can build up pretty fast. You don't need to, um, you know, well, after a while, you don't need to put forth a whole lot of thought into it, and it sort of becomes mindless. Um, Now, with the stockinette and garter stitch, you could theoretically make sweaters, you can make scarves, hats. Um, but you'll notice that stockinette doesn't have a lot of give, laterally especially. If you were to build a sweater out of just stockinette, a couple things will happen. At the very base, after you cast on, you are going to notice that the ends will probably curl. In fact, a lot of roll neck raglans will have uh, will roll because there's nothing to stabilize it. And again, the stockinette is very, very, very tight on itself. And no matter how loosely you cast on you knit or purl these stitches, it will always want to curl in on itself. Again, sort of the nature of the beast. Um, Purling is kind of a chore when you're first learning it. A lot of people, myself included, hate it because there's a very noticeable change in speed and very common, you know, mistakes happen because you feel like you're going to drop the stitch. And here you are, and it's also very hard to get a very proper gauge. When I'm referring to gauge, sometimes when you start learning working for patterns, I'm still learning how to do this. Thus the videos. Um, a lot of them will start off with having a gauge or a gauge recommended. That way, if you're following a pattern and it gives you a gauge and you disobey it, what will happen is you'll probably commit anywhere from 2 to 3 months on a very fancy sweater, and then you'll try it on and it won't fit. So a gauge will tell you roughly how many stitches per inch, and it's very good to kind of utilize that because it's a guideline, and technically you could break the rules, and it's fine if you break the rules so long as you know what you're getting yourself into. So here I'm finishing this row, and pretty common mistakes of purling is you're strangling the yarn. That's very common, or your stitches are too loose, or even worse, it's a combination of both. So again, I can't really express this enough. Practice makes perfect. Here's a couple of rows of garter stitch, and these stitches you see, this, and this row are again stockinette. So these are the side that has the knits. These are the sides that have the purls. You can see how closely put together these little nooses are. I like to call them nooses and neckties because it kind of resembles it and is a very easy thing that most people sort of identify with. Um, well, nooses are also a little grim, but that's sort of, you know, take my word for it. Okay, and as we work them, I'm just knitting one row, purling the other row. And in this video, or rather the next video, I will probably go into how you identify them. And this becomes more important when you are learning things like ribbing. So, happy hunting.